What is up, WoW Talkers, and welcome to another discussion video. I never really planned to make this video, but what struck my attention was a video that was just made by a fellow YouTuber named Asmongold. He's a really nice guy, and his content is amazing. Check his stuff out. But yeah, this is a response video to his latest video talking about the negativity surrounding Legion and Blizzard as a whole. As you guys may have known, Blizzard has decided to sue Nostalrius, a vanilla private server that had a lot of support, and after it was shut down there was a huge backlash by fans, and it just added more fuel to the fire that people had against Blizzard. He mentioned a lot of things, and I really wish to address them and give my own thoughts about it. Now in the video, Asmongold said that we should really tackle the issue in terms of trying to find what exactly is a problem with Legion, or WoW currently, rather than spreading so much hate. This is exactly what I'll be doing in this video, and I hope he has a look at what I have to say. First off, I want to say that a lot of people have lost their trust towards Blizzard, and I myself, as a person who has played this game for 10 years, meaning since vanilla, I've never unsubbed to the game until Worlds of Draenor. My trust towards Blizzard has been lost completely, and other people feel the same way because WoW was more than just a game to us who loved and cherished this game. And to see the game go so low actually makes us feel betrayed by a company that we once called the best gaming company on this planet. Now, why has the game been failing these days, and why are people so hateful towards it? The main thing that I see being repeated is that Blizzard is not releasing enough content, but that is not the whole picture. The reason why we think that there isn't enough content is because of the philosophy that they have behind making the game currently. Blizzard has lost all the fundamentals of what an MMORPG is. It's not an MMORPG, it doesn't feel or play like one at all. When you have a game that is extremely unchallenging, a game that doesn't challenge you left and right, and a game that has content which can be seen and accessed so easily, it makes us have the illusion that there isn't enough content because we constantly want to see what we already haven't seen. I've made a video discussing why WoW has failed, and I've divided it into episodes. Currently, one episode is out where I discuss leveling comparing vanilla to Worlds of Draenor. Tune into the next episode where I discuss raiding and dungeons. As I've said, the reason why the game has been failing is because of the philosophy that they have behind the game now. And why do I say that? Well, I'm gonna be redirecting you to footage of Blizzcon 2005. And there, the devs literally speak about the philosophy behind dungeons, raiding, leveling, world content, and classes. Everything they said and believed in BlizzCon 2005 is the complete opposite of what the game is now. That is why the game is failing. It's because it lost all the aspects of what an MMORPG is, and they've deviated to the path of cash. You can tell during BlizzCon 2005 that the developers were freaking nerds. They were nerds and gamers who actually wanted to play their own game. You know, World of Warcraft was a game made by gamers for gamers. So Asmongold, I'm going to leave the links in the description, and I beg you to watch them. It'll really help you get an idea of what the problem is. Now, there was an interview with former Blizzard team lead Mark Kern where he was asked, there is a concern that vanilla servers would fragment the community. What's your thoughts on that? So Mark answered, what community? Crossrealm, Flying, LFG, LFR, and Garrisons have already made it into a single player game. You never see anyone anymore, and the people you meet are soon forgotten in your next group. Old servers had community. We worked really hard to make sure it was a social experience. Old servers would bring back community, bring back friends, and be a far stickier experience that will retain players longer, because social bonds are what keep people resubbing and playing, and I completely agree with him. Now, the flying part is debatable, but overall, the implementation of LFR, LFG, Crossrealm has just broken the community down. It has broken the community apart, especially the new feature that is pre-made groups. It is a menu that you pop up that allows you to request invites from random groups, from random servers that are looking for people to go into a raid, and then you go inside the raid, you easily kill the bosses, you just rush through the content, you see all the content, and you have no social experience. The people that you raid with during that time are, like Mark said, soon forgotten. There is really no social experience. It is a single player game, and usually the groups that are created through the pre-made groups menu, the raids just end up being, a disaster. The raid wipes once, everyone starts leaving, people start cursing at each other, calling each other scrubs, and they just, leave the group and teleport out of the raid. I mean, where's the community in that? It's just creating more problems. Right now, I remember a lot of people that used to play in Vanilla WoW. I'm going to be completely honest. There are people that I have never spoken to in Vanilla WoW in my server, and I still remember their names. I remember over 50 names of people that were in my server. People I've never spoken to. People that I always looked at when I was in Orgrimmar. People that I always looked up to because they had this Molten Core gear. Those people who had Blackwing Lair gear. Those people who were able to see Zul'Gurub. Those people who were to see some dungeons. Those people who had some dungeon gear. It was an experience that is inexplicable. That is why people want legacy servers, and it was because of that hardcore experience. The game was successful when it was hardcore. The game, an MMORPG, is supposed to be a hardcore. If you can't spend as much time on an MMORPG, then maybe MMORPGs are not the games for you. Blizzard just don't seem to understand that. Or they do understand it, but they just decide to ignore. So we have to do it the hard way. We have to hate on them. We have to criticize them constantly because they're not giving the people what they want. Every time people raise a concern about the game, they either ignore it or reply to you with something that is unreasonable, that basically says, we are right, you're wrong, end of story. So there's really no point in actually sending complaints or sending concerns to Blizzard, because no matter how much you discuss it, they will never change their minds. That is it. Ian Hazzikostas and Tom Chilton actually were there during Blizzcon 2005. Did they forget their philosophy? Did they forget what their purpose was creating this game? I mean, why is this game so memorable? Why have they turned this game from something that has been cherished to something that can easily be forgotten? In BlizzCon 2005, they mentioned that they wanted players to always look forward to something. Even when you hit max level, you still looked forward to doing so many things. And that is a problem that we have in Warlords of Draenor, and even probably in Legion, because they are moving with that same philosophy. In order to have people look forward to things, don't make the content extremely easy and extremely accessible. This is what differentiates World of Warcraft when it was at its hardcore state and at its current state. You have people finishing the first patch's content within 2 to 3 weeks, and they're like, come on, we need more content. We've gone through all the content. Come on, drop the next patch, drop more content. It's not about the amount of content. In a way, the amount of content that is being brought each patch is actually a lot, but it's so accessible, so easily accessible, that you finish it in no time, and then you're like, where's the next patch? Where's the next raid? Right now you have 4 difficulties of one raid. People are repeating the same raid in 4 different difficulties, and it just makes things boring. There's really nothing to look forward to. If I finished Blackrock Foundry on normal, I'm not gonna look forward to it in heroic and then mythic, because I do not want to repeat the same content over and over again. It's not progress, it's just repetition. The only difference is numbers and colors. That's pretty much it. A lot of people have said that people want legacy servers and people want that experience because of nostalgia, and that is not the case. The numbers have spoken. If it was really nostalgia, you wouldn't have that much people demanding legacy servers. If you can't put legacy servers, then why don't you fix your current game and make it have the experience that we had back then? Why don't you remove LFR, this cross realm, those pre-made groups? Why don't you make the game challenging and hard? Entirely challenging. Why don't you make the game hardcore? Because World of Warcraft in its hardcore state is what makes the game successful, and the subscription numbers, they don't lie. When the game was hardcore, it was gaining subscribers each expansion. But when they slowly started to nerf everything to the ground, the game started to fall. The game lost its success. That is the issue here. The philosophy behind, creating the game. It is simple as that. Really, it's that simple. You don't really have to think about it much. I thought the same way. I thought that, why is the game failing so bad? There are a lot of things that caused the downfall of this game. So one day I was like, hey, let me watch Blizzard, Blizzcon, 2005. And the moment I saw it, it answered all the questions. Everything was just clear to me. I don't know if it's Activision or if it's just Blizzard. Blizzard has denied that Activision has anything to do with this, but it's hard to believe. I mean, if really Activision had nothing to do with it, then why aren't they listening to us? It just makes no sense. Anyways, guys, that's all I have to say for now. I mean, Asmongold, I really love your content. Keep doing what you do. Stay awesome, and I really hope that one day I get to join your discussions, during streaming or any video that you make. I'll be more than happy to talk to you and have lots of fun discussions. I really hope you see this video, and again, if you, the viewers, are watching, if you see this video, if you've reached to this point of the video, please share it with Asmongold. Please, because this is a message that is directed to him. Anyways, guys, that about wraps it up for today. If you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a dislike. If you look forward to future content, subscribe. If you do not look forward to future content, then don't subscribe. Have a good day, night, morning, wherever you are, and I'll see you next time.